Hello, hello. Welcome to Astroneer. Yes, we are back in the game, and I have some things I want to do. So, happy Friday. We are standing here at our Astroneer base at the moment. Last stream we finished off with the cheer update, and I mentioned that I wanted to do a sort of mega base build. That music seems as though it might be a little bit loud. Turn it down a bit. So, I did a little bit of work off camera. Let's just hop down here. And I'm going to pinch. Okay, I thought I was going to pinch that. Here, have a soil canister. Oh no, I thought it gave me something. That's fine. So, yes. I was talking about where I might want to build it, and I've decided I'm actually going to stay on Astroneer. So if we follow, I think it's this tether line here. This takes us to the nearby gate. And from there, we can teleport to a little bit of preparation that I've done. So let's head off that way. Hello, Jafe. How are you? Have you had a good week? Or are you having a good week? Right, so here we are at the gate. I'm not sure. Well, this is one of the equatorial gates. That's as much as I know. So this is the gate we're at, gate 5. This one here is the north, so we'll go there. Pretty good so far. Yeah, it's not been a bad week for me. Keeping busy. But yes, here we are, and you can see I've done a little bit of preparation work. I've got myself a massive flat area. Now it's not perfectly flat. Like you can see little bits like that occasionally sneak in, and every time I fix it, it just seems to move the problem. But it is pretty damn flat, considering its size. Like it's to the point where if you come out to this edge. It's a little bit less level. Look, there's a noticeable lean. Like that doesn't look flat, does it? It sort of leans down to the like. It looks like I'm leaning to the right, or the world is leaning to the left. But if I go to the other side, and just to prove that this actually is the north as well. Yeah, see the compass underneath me? That is the north we're going round. You can only go south from here. Maybe I should have built at the South Pole. But yes. Now the world is noticeably leaning the other way. That's because this is just one massive flat area, to the point where it doesn't even load in properly. So what I want is basically as much as possible to be available here. And everything that isn't available here, take for example helium, which is only available on Aatrox, to have easy access to. Now sometimes this happens. I don't know why the world is flat, but it seems to have issues with me running in a straight line. Maybe because it's very close to flat, but it's not actually true flat, which is its own weird concept in Astroneer, which you can do in creative now, apparently. But anyway, yes, I've got a platform out here with an RTG, an oxygenator, some hydrazine to help me get around. I'll show you the mess that's underneath. Actually, let me get another hydrazine so I've got both. There we go. Now I've got both of these active. Yeah, so remember, Visania is the planet of the possessed demon eggs. That are really difficult to make despawn. Like, they don't actually despawn while you're playing. Yeah, and the whole area around the northern gateway was littered with these things. So what I did was just... Oh, where did that one go? That one's flying over there. Most of them aren't quite that lively. They'll rattle around a little bit and then just fall in a hole, which is why I had to dig down so much underneath. So there's a lot of pits under here. Yeah. Like, this used to have a demon egg in it, but then I logged out, logged back in, and they all despawned. Other slight news, I have a boost mod and a wide mod because I was getting sick of how long it was taking otherwise. Oh. But yes, we have a nice area to play with. So what should I do first? That's the question. Well, I suppose first I want stuff that's going to help me build out the base even more. Actually, first, what I want is the rocket. So, I do have a sneaky way of doing that. If I drop off some of this stuff... I'll take an extra couple of hydrazine with me. And I'm actually going to go back to the other base. And I'm just going to pick up the rocket and bring it here. Okay, so this one, that's home. Which way are we going? This way. Also, I'm going to pick up a resin. Right, so home should be approximately this way. There we go. Just going to fly there. I have enough hydrazine to keep me going for the meantime. Okay, now can I pick up this platform while the rocket is on it? No, in fact, I think I have to collapse it anyway. Can you? Not be there, please. Okay, that wheel did not know what it was doing. Apparently the demon eggs are not the only possessed thing on this planet. Okay, let's just move that out of the way. Okay, so the rocket... I might have to make 2 trips to do this. Alright. But anyway, what we do is we face north, we run, sprint, jump, fly, and I missed. Let's try that once more. Give ourselves a little bit more of a run up. Okay, face north, run, sprint, jump, fly, and take the rocket with me. I missed again! Okay, longer run up. Sprint, jump, fly. Take the rocket. Okay. So this is how we get the rocket to the North Pole. Actually, I have a better idea. Rather than make 2 trips, one for the rocket, one for the platform. Alright, you just go there for a second. Alright, we'll collapse that. Now I can pick it up. Okay. Right, which way is north? This way. So when we get there, we'll take the gateway back, and then I don't need the platform to launch the rocket. So I can just launch the rocket into orbit, and then I should be able to just land it on the platform. That's my thinking. As far as I know, though, there's no easy way to get the platform over long distances. So that's why I picked up the extra hydrazine. We're just going to fly. Can we see it yet? Not quite. Oh, that doesn't help. There it is. Yeah, I think for the majority of things, what I'll do is I'll head back to Glacier and get my rover. And I will actually construct a road between this new base and that old base, so I can drive things back and forwards on the rover. This is probably a bad idea, but what happens if I put this on top? Okay. That's why I took the resin. All right. If I put you there, you're just going to fall through on you. Yeah. Okay. Do I want this on top? I probably don't want this on top, in fairness. Where's a good place to put it? I've got that mountain that I haven't quite finished cutting through yet. And so I've cut a long way through it, but still quite wide. Let's just put it in the corner over here for now. Okay. Okay, now let's go get the rocket and bring it here. I don't need another hydrazine, but I'm going to take one. I just feel more comfortable when I'm flying with a jetpack on each side. And this way. Yes. That, by the way, that technique of flying to the north, that's how I got that platform there. I didn't bother packaging anything, I just flew the entire way holding the platform. Okay. Well, this could be interesting. Launch into orbit. Okay, that was remarkably uneventful. Right, so this one here should be my northern platform. There you go. I could only just about see it, but you can see it from orbit. That's the important thing. Okay, now we're here. Right, so the next thing I think I should do is... I probably should go get the rover, actually. So let's grab a bit more hydrazine to fuel the rocket. Enable output. Okay, so we're going to have to do this in stages because we can only carry 2 rover segments at a time. Okay, launch to another planet. Alright, and where is Glacio? There it is. Oh, I've just noticed my entire stream is off-center. How long has it been like that? Okay, where are we? So wait for the beacon to come around. There it is. And out we get. Okay. Right, so we'll take you off. We'll take you off. We'll take you off. Okay, that's my Astronium tanks, which are both full. But you can sort of cheese them into carrying an extra 2. Like that. Okay, take you off and take you off. And I've got 1 Astronium. You can research Astronium. That's what I can do with that. There you go. Ow. Right, packages. Do I have any graphite around? Probably not. Do I have to go looking for graphite? Okay, we'll take an empty one of those with us because we're going to need to package quite a bit. And we'll take that with us for spares. Don't need to carry that. What else should I take? Just going on a little rover trip to pick up some graphite if we can. I don't know, maybe I don't need anything else. Pop that there. Pop that there. Make sure the generators are turned on. They should eat through any organics we pick up while we're out. Take those off. Alright, let's see if we can go find some graphite. Oh, and we've got bots already. Where's the button? Goodbye to you. Na, na, na. Hey. Goodbye. Right, onwards. And we are keeping eyes out for graphite, which I found to be reasonably common on Glacio. Maybe it's not that it's common, it's just that because Glacio is so featureless, it's easier to see. That's hematite. Hematite is everywhere on Glacier. More hematite. Oh, just resin. Fair enough. I think it's either ammonium or clay. I forget what they look like. Okay. There's roads around here. I've clearly been here before, and I probably would have picked up any graphite in the area. Maybe... wait. Never mind. No, don't hold quartz. Don't hold compound. There you go, graphite. I was going to suggest maybe we should go on a bit of an underground expedition. I guess let's wait to see how big this deposit is before deciding anything rash. There is a little bit more down there. Let's turn the drill off, back up a bit, get a better angle. Okay, not an unreasonable deposit by the looks of it, but... I think that may be most of it gone, if not all. A little bit more there. Oh no, that's hematite down there, and hematite up there as well. Alright, how much did we get there? 25. I can only hold another 8, which is probably not, well, won't be another full deposit, so let's head back to vaguely the direction we came from. Which I believe was approximately this direction. Or it might not be, I guess we'll go on an adventure. Oh, hello Rez, I completely missed that notification. Thank you for the raid. There we go. There's the notification sound. And I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. Streaming not asleep for? It's about the normal time I stream. So I normally start streaming about now. At least my regular Sunday streams are starting about now. Is this the way I came? I'm lost. Parkour. That looks like an interesting road. Where did that come from? That barely looks like a road at all. Let's go up here. Maybe we can see our way. It's your very... are you saying happy very early morning because it's your morning or my morning? Because it technically is my morning. I am not seeing any beacons. We're lost. Okay, well, I definitely haven't seen that before. Oh. Well, I guess we do the old trick of driving till we find a road. No one says you've got anything fun on you, do you? Probably. What's over this? Oh look, more ice. It is your morning, the sun is still down. Wow, okay. Oh, more graphite. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I think on reflection graphite isn't more common on Glacier, it's just easier to find because it's black and it kind of sticks out in a world made of ice. That seemed like a smaller deposit. Yeah, I think that was a smaller deposit. Okay. Alright. Which way was I going? I don't know. Well, at least with an RTG and a drill and a paver and soil, we can go pretty much anywhere. Is that even more graphite? No, that is... Which one is this? Is this ammonium or clay? I think that said ammonium, didn't it? Yes, okay. At a glance, they look quite similar. Beacons or roads? Beacons or roads? Well, this is a road. Now, which direction is this road going? This is... That's a north-south road. And I am... Okay, that's the star belt over there. So I do want to head in this direction until we meet the equatorial road. I think that's how this works. Ah, yeah, there's a beacon up ahead. That may or... No, that wouldn't have been the Equatorial Road. Whoa. Who built this? Alright. Down we go. Right, so now we should have enough stuff to make some packages to bring these home. Whoa. Right, so I will pinch some of these. That button. Oh, no. There we go. 2 packages, please. One thing I've noticed, by the way, literally just now, is that the hologram in the backpack doesn't do its jittering thing that it used to. They must have patched that. Okay. Alright. Oh. Right, 1, 2. And I've got a medium-sized thing I can take with me as well. That's actually taking quite a while. Another 10 minutes for that. Okay. What shall I take with me? Actually, 17 iron would be pretty useful, I think. And that was an iron, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Because we can use iron to build some of the bigger platforms. Alright, off we go. Launch to another planet. And back to Astroneer. There it is. Can't keep it in view. Right, now it's the north, which is right on this side, it should be. Can't see it. There it is. So I've got a beacon on the south as well. Actually, before I forget to do it, let me pop over to the south and see what's there, because I honestly don't remember. I've also noticed that during this scene, you don't see your items in the backpack, but you do on the gun. Right, where's that beacon? There. A resin and an organic. Well, that was a waste of a trip. Ah, okay. So when I did my world's tour, that would have been where I landed, because that's the path going down into the core. Makes sense. Alright, back to the north. Right. Okay, alright. Right, so I want to build the road with that. Calm down. Where's the other thing? There it is. Alright, so we'll just leave those there for now. Alright, back to Astroneer again. We'll pick up the other 2. In fact, I probably don't need both of them. In fact, just to build a road, I only really need the one. But I do need the... there's Glacio. I do need the paver and the drill. Where am I going? This way. And there we are. So what I might do then is... What have I got on me that I don't need? I've got a bunch of soil canisters. Don't really need them at the moment. I don't need my drill mods at the moment. Okay. Right, so I want some packages. I'll package the paver and just carry it. I will package the drill and carry that. Yeah, I could package that. I don't think I will though, because it'll be a waste of the soil. I need the seat as well. I do have an RTG there. Words. I do have an RTG there, but I will package this RTG as well. Now I'm wondering if I want to take the scrapper with me. I don't know. I really do not know. I will... is there anything on that? No, I'll package that and bring it. Do I have an empty medium silo somewhere? Oh, wrong button. Hey, there we go. Wrong button. First wrong button of the playthrough. Oh, sorry, not the playthrough. First wrong button of the stream. Many, many wrong buttons during the playthrough. Right, so... Iron and resin. Do I have a bunch of resin somewhere? That's wool from my... I think I used up all the resin I have. I will. I will take the extra large shredder with me. Okay, I still have... Yeah, I still have an extra large space there, tier 4 space. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of hematite here I didn't smelt. That was silly. I should have smelted this before taking all the iron. Well, may as well get it going now, I guess. Got anything on you? Oh, yeah, more hematite. Oh, camera. What's in you? Wolframite. Wait, didn't I have a... smelter there? Must have moved it. That is wolframite. Why do I have 2 canisters of wolframite? That's silly. Okay, and this one can hold iron then. Do I have another resource canister somewhere? Are they all in use at the moment? I think they all are in use. That's kind of annoying. Actually, no, there is a way I can do this. It's the rules. You have to do that when you pick up the horn. Okay, so you are going there. You're going there. You are going there. Wait, what's that then? Oh, there was titanium on there. Titanite. Okay, that'll smelt them. Whoa. Stick that on there. So that smelting furnace should eventually chug through all of this iron and put it in that resource canister for us. Well, it will if... There we go. There was another one, wasn't there? Is it you? Yeah. Okay, what are you? You are an extended platform. I think in that last extra large slot, I might take one of these big platform Cs with me. Like this one here isn't actually doing any research at the moment. In fact, better than that, this one here only has 1 thing on it. Okay, 2 things if you include the zinc. So... Oh, I'm very nearly out of hydrazine. Make me one of them. Alright, undo you, package you. Okay, that'll be like a starting platform for our base. It's nice and big. Okay, so that's full. My backpack has 4 spaces in it if you include the gun. I will take a printer. I will package the medium printer and take that. I don't think I have any other medium things unless I want to package the truck horn. Already got an oxygenator. Everything else here does not pack down to a small item. I'll take another RTG. They're always useful. At least I will. Actually, how many spaces have I got? I have 2 spaces. I will take an RTG and 1 soil canister. There we go. Alright. Back to Visania. once more. Right, where we at? Ooh, right the way over there. And there it is. Okay, now we're out of that. One for you, one for you. In fact, I'm not even going to connect them at the moment. I am just going to have a paver and a drill and a storage silo and an RTG and a chair and a soil canister. There was a problem with my plan. I'm not certain what direction the base is in. I should have started at the base and brought it here. Oops. Alright, there is a way I can do it. If I go back to the base, because I know which node it's on. I should have been paying attention. Fly north, and then pay attention to which direction I approach from. Alternatively, seat, drill, paver. That's for the seat. This is for the drill. That's for the paver. That is for the silo, which I technically don't need, I guess. Will that work? Paver. No. Leave the silo. Seat, drill, paver, and the rover itself. Package it all up. We'll fly the rover back to base using the rocket, and then we'll drive north. Ugh. RTG. Damn it. I forgot about the power. Oh, we have plenty of RTGs back at the base. We'll leave that. Right, so you go back in there. Seat, drill, paver, truck. Seat, drill. Where's my paver? Ah, I actually already have a packet RTG. I swear I saw 3 things go flying off that. Don't tell me I've lost my paver. Oh, it's down there. Whew. Okay. Rover. On you go. Seat, drill, paver, RTG, and the truck. Okay. And just a medium printer and a small printer. Okay. Right, so this time we'll just launch to orbit. And wait for the base to come around. There it is. Fortunately, it's in the southern hemisphere, so I really should have built at the South Pole. Alright, out we get. Right. Drill. Paver. Seat. Power. I would like to take a little bit of storage just so I avoid dropping everything. Are there any... Ah, yes, there are, actually. I was going to say, are there any... Why is there a hydrazine there? Are there any small generators to burn off organics? Ooh, there's an iron as well. Here. Have that. I don't... Actually, I will primarily be driving on the surface, but I don't think I need that many small generators. Eight should be plenty. Oh, I'm trying to be clever. Nearly died. Right, you go there. You go there. Where'd that soil canister go? There it is. You go there. Actually, I like having the soil canister next to me. I don't know why. Right, unpack, 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 unpack. Right. And now we drive north, which is... Actually, it's already pretty well lined up. Forwards! Right. So this road does a pretty good job of going north, actually. How far does it go? Tell me I didn't already have a road going north, right? Okay. We'll go from here. We'll just make sure we are still going north. Yes. Oh, stupid. Demon eggs! That's not the button I wanted. Of course it isn't the button I wanted. This is Astroneer. would actually like to pick up a little bit of resin. Could do worse than compound as well. Yeah, so I think that road we crossed was the equatorial road. Do I seem to be going slower than normal? I mean, I know I've got the drill on, but still. It feels slower than it normally does. Goddamn demon eggs. Just a quick sanity check, make sure I'm still going north. I veered a little east, so I shall go to the left of this demon egg. Actually, there's an artifact in the sky there, which looks as though it's... don't know if you can... yeah. Sort of everything sort of points towards there. Maybe that's north, but then that's not where the compass pointed. Interesting. Hey! Be free! Fly! Be free! Okay, I'll grab maybe a little more resin. We'll use that for platforms. I do also need to go and get the large printer at some point. Okay, that demon egg fell through the floor. Okay, and we're full of resources, so we're just dropping stuff on the ground now. They are barely doing anything. Oops. Have they made those generators quieter? Oh, that's actually an egg I've just driven straight into. Okay, I guess we go around that. Or not. Oh, I see something there. I don't know if it's the north one. I can't see. Actually, yes, that's my platform. Okay, so we are nearly there. Okay, so now I have a road that goes to and from the base. Right, so speaking of platforms, I said I needed my large printer. Actually, I do still need that, but I don't need that. Actually, I think the first trip I will keep the drill and the paver on, see if I can make myself a better path. Following trips, though... Actually, I need to go back to get the rocket pack here anyway, I think. Okay. Yeah, so, okay. So I'm thinking of 20 different things at once here. So we want a large printer here so we can start making platforms to build our base. The large printer can be got from either my main base on Visania, which is on the equator, or south of the equator actually, or the Glacio base, which I'm kind of shutting down anyway, so we might go back to Glacio for that. There is still a bunch of stuff I want to get from the Visania base, though. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to teleport back to the Visania base to get the rocket. Once there, we will go to Glacio, and we will pick up the other 2 sections of the rover. And the large printer. We will then fly back to the North Pole of Visania, and then I'll have a large printer there. I've already got iron there. I just picked up a bunch of resin so we can start building those platforms, and then I'll have my long rover to keep going back and forth to this base to ferry a bunch of stuff over. That's the plan, I think. It's the plan for now, anyway. Woo. Okay, how are we doing for fuel? 1 full, 1 empty, 1 3/4. That's enough to get to Glacio and back. Alright. Oh, mouse. Where's my mouse? I can't find my mouse. Oh, got it just in time before it. Yeah, the only mouse you get is a tiny little white dot. Right. Right, 3 packages. One for this rover. One for this rover. And one for a large printer, which should be right here. Is that on the printer? I can't tell. Yes, okay. So the large printer should pack down to a medium item. That can go in the oxygenator slot. The rover's packed down to large items, which can go in the side. Thusly. Okay, so I've still got a whole bunch of small slots I can potentially fill. So this would package down to small, but I'd lose all the stuff that was in it. Actually, surprising amount of titanium here. Don't know where this all came from. I didn't... Is there titanite on Glacio? Tungsten. Let's smelt the wolframite into tungsten as well. There's an aluminium. Yeah, there we go. That will fill up with tungsten as we go. Okay. Now, I have an idea for what I want to do with all of these research chambers. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many RTGs do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's not actually connected. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Annoyingly, I took 2 RTGs off this planet because I want 9 here, 1 for each research chamber. But we will get to that. I guess I can take some of these. I'll take the mods back with me. Soil canisters, why not? They're cheap as all hell, but... auto arms I will be using, but I need auto arms here anyway for what I have in mind. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave it as is. Alright, off we go. Launch to another planet. And where is the other planet in question? There. Right, so we want the North Pole base. There it is. Okay, so there's my large printer. Now this thing doesn't have a... Actually, this does have a large thing on it. So, I guess I should leave the oxygenator on there. Let's unpack that. Give you as much resin as I can. Okay, that's all compound. Oh, I didn't really pick up that much resin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I thought I had more. That's okay, I guess. Where did the iron go? There. Oh, actually, I have another platform here. Let's unpack that. I'll just pop you on there, actually. Okay, you've got resin. You've got iron. I would like you to make me some more extra large platform Cs. Please. Did I not tell you to go? Why are you not going? Oh, I forgot to give you power. Yes, that's where the RTG is. Or an RTG. There you go. Cool. How am I for hydrazine? Absolutely fine. Just do some arranging. Okay. I'm just going to move this out of the way a little. Then grab number 3, grab number 4. Is this empty? Yes, it is. Okay, I'll just pop that back there for now. Didn't I have another one? Or did I unpack it already? Maybe that is the one I unpacked. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we'll take this home. And we'll go and get some stuff. Now, it was in this corner, I think, somewhere. There it is. Yes, I'm going to keep the drill on here for this trip, because I might want to slightly change the road. For example, right here. And cut through a little bit straighter. There was also a part where I drove between a couple of eggs, which I would like to not have to do. Actually, I think that's alright. I'll widen that out a bit, though. Strictly speaking, not related to the road. I just want to grab a bunch more resin. Seeing as it's, you know, right there, may as well, right? Why is it so difficult to remember the difference between the turn off the drill button and the get out of the rover button? Because it really shouldn't be. Oop, no, I do need that. There we go. Alright, and then we'll just tidy up the road a bit. Okay, that time I did want to get out. Just clean up some of these sciences so I'm not driving over them all the time. Okay, here we go. How to hide eggs 101. And it's like it was never there. Right. Let's continue, shall we? Sorry if you're not super responsive, you ate something bad yesterday and you're feeling the intestinal pain now. That's the worst thing about that kind of pain. Like, it's like, you know it's coming and you know it's gonna hurt. and then it comes and it hurts, and you know it's not going away anytime soon, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Let's tidy this up a bit as well. Okay, that's going to break a tether line, I'm certain, but... Whoa, what happened there? Oh, there's a thing in the way. But that's alright, you're under no obligation to be responsive. All I ask is that you enjoy the show. That hole does not feel safe. I think I want to do something about that. There we go. Ooh. It's marginally better. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of space. What shall we do with it? Okay, so let's think. Well, I've got soil okay. We'll probably do a couple of trips like this. So let's take... Sure, why not? So we'll take a soil centrifuge. How many nanocarbons do I have actually? 19. That's enough to be getting on with. What does a large resource canister actually take to make? There. Glass, titanium. Okay. That's fine. Right, we'll take this soil centrifuge as well. And I have another couple back this way. Don't give me hydrogen, please. There we go. And there's another one. Yeah, so effectively I'm just going to relocate all of this base, I think. And there's my... I think this is my last soil centrifuge from this area. Atmospheric condensers as well. I've got space for a couple of them. Okay. Any small stuff? I've got a whole bunch of small power generation stuff, but I don't need that. I'm just basically going to have an RTG bank. Like this, basically. So any actual small stuff. I can package things down if I really need to, but... You know, we're not going that far, really. Yeah, okay. That does still work. Because I've been getting very close to those auto arms and nothing was being put in my backpack. I wanted to make sure it still worked. Where do I have lithium on there when I've got a... There we go. Okay, I don't think so, so I guess let's just go, right? Yeah, alright. That's a bit of a problem. Yeah, I've mined this area for soil so much, I can't really dig a path through it. There we go. Almost. I need to see where I'm going. Over that way. The plan is basically to make a kind of loop that goes right by the base. Is that the road that comes off? I think it is. Yes. Okay, so I've got a little bit of soil now, so I think what I'm actually going to do is very carefully... Okay, well that didn't work at all. Just reverse that as much as I can. Turn the drill back on. Come up a bit sooner and then go down. How does that look? Flatten this out by hand. I say flatten. Okay, that will do, I think, as a junction. It's not amazing, but it will do. Now, before we go too much further, I'm going to use that little bit of soil we collected to go back around this way, back around the loop again. Somehow that tether line is still connected. Whoa, nearly. And basically just do a better job of it this time. In theory, but I ran out of soil again. Alright, let's just Run this way a bit. Pick up some soil. Yeah, that's part of the reason I'm moving away from this area. I've just strip mined it and it's too dangerous. Alright, that'll do. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, so you come in from this direction. You'll pull up around about here. Nice, big, wide turning circle. Comes along this way. Goes under that bridge. And then up to the main road again. Okay. I think that'll do. So I think that means next time I can come back without the drill and paver. And that's another large spot for us. I am going to bury these. That should keep that line safe from me. Unless I do that. And I've lost that tether now, haven't I? God damn it. Where'd it go? I'll use this. What? Are you connected to anything else? No, I'm using you. Alright, you go down there. Alright, that connects. Okay, I'll see if I can do something similar with these not those extenders. These extenders back here. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Okay. Okay, this is sort of what I want to happen. I need the extenders on my thing. There we go. Right. So if I get that to come down here, I'm probably going to need another extender for this to work. Can't see what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, no, that one's too far away. Why won't it let me put the extender down? I'm pressing the button. There we go. And yeah, no, that one's too far. Okay, I did have some extenders back at base. Let me go grab them. Whoops, okay, run out of hydrazine. Oh, hello, Rasby. I am doing well. How are you? Yoink. Well, I forgot to... I came back to yoink the extenders, not hydrazine. There they are. I'm playing Slay the Spire pretty good today. That's good. I am unfamiliar with that game. Whoops. Okay, everything is being put into my backpack now. I think I picked up a steel and a helium and an argon. Right, you go to there, you go to there. So now build my road on top of it. Like that. And now when I drive through, if I knock one, it doesn't matter. Well, not that it doesn't matter, it's that it can't happen. Alright. I'm not ever so fond of this. Actually, while I've got the extenders on me, I can redo this bit as well. Go away, Argon. Nobody likes you. You're boring. And you got a haircut so you don't look like a hobo anymore. I was going to get a haircut this weekend actually, and then my state decided, oh okay, the UK strain of the coronavirus is in here, so we should go into lockdown again. Yeah, apparently someone someone tested positive for the UK strain. It's only a 3-day lockdown at the moment. The idea is mostly to let the like the contact tracers get ahead of it more than anything. Alright, so if I can... Okay, I'm going to go around the loop and then take a better approach. Right, so we go under this tether line. And yeah, I can start going up at about here then. And come in at a much better level. There we go. And then back on the road. Okay. So now I fix that extender line. You're lucky in that regard because your mum knows how to cut hair. Learned it at uni, so that's convenient. I mean, it's... Cutting hair is easy. Cutting hair well is the difficult part. I remember once I cut my uncle's hair. I don't know why, but I was kind of made to. So I guess I know the basics of hairdressing, but yes, cutting hair without making it look as though you've cut it yourself is quite the skill. Alright, so I think I can probably dig under this again. Go across a bit, then go up again. Okay, go away, helium. You're less boring, but still you're in the way. Alright, where are we coming from? Here. I forget what this is for. I think it's one of my little science outposts. Which means I probably don't need to do it, because that's kind of what my idea for Glacio is all about. Will you just connect to there? Yes, you will. Okay, marvellous. So now that doesn't interfere with the road either. Alright, let's go back to the northern base. A little bit dark. Maybe I should invest in a floodlight. I've never used the floodlight before. I don't know how bright it is. But I mean, it can only help, right? How much does it... can I drive... No, I can't drive and open the research at the same time. Because I think a floodlight is a small item, which means it should only take a single resource. I'm wondering what it is. If it's a compound or something, that'd be great. I suspect it might be a copper. You wanna... sorry, I'm I will read that in a second. I just don't trust myself driving on this road over this many holes. Okay, you're in a tough spot regarding your internship project. You have to export agenda entries as PDFs. You found a way to do that, but you also have to add markdown support and preserve it in the PDF. I don't really know anything about how PDF works as a format, so I have no comments or advice to offer on that, I'm afraid. Why did that happen? I don't want to do that. Alright, so we've got 4 soil centrifuges. Why are you making noise? You shouldn't be making noise. Why does that turn off when I turn it on and vice versa? Weird. Okay. You know zero about PDFs as well. I mean, I know what they are. I know what they do. I just have no idea how to, like, interface with it. Okay, how did that happen? Okay, now I got a whole bunch of extra resin, so well, I say a whole bunch. I got some extra resin. 1, 2, 3, 4, another 5 resin. That'll get us a couple more platforms. You're doing Markdown to HTML and HTML to PDF. There's a library for that in Django, has no documentation, feels really tedious. I don't really have any comments or advice to offer. Oh, I've got that shredder. I can shred that thing. Alright, so just put you over there for a second. Grab you. Ooh, not quite there. That'll give you some power. And I'll get some scrap. Why does that sound as though it's going slower? Oh. Didn't I have another RTG somewhere? What are you? You're a medium printer. What are you? You're a chemistry lab. I thought I took an atmospheric condenser. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I have an ammonium. I mean, it's all coming here eventually. See, if I put that there you go, that gives us a bit more power. What do I know of Slay the Spire? I know how to spell it. No, I have heard of it, but that is about as far as my knowledge of it goes. I got 3 scrap out of that. Not terrible. Are there any other easily scrappable things within... Yeah, that. There's another horn on that as well. Why wheels? I can't do anything with wheels. You can't even... They don't even go on, like... spots. Alright. Alright, this is exactly the same debris again. So in theory it should give us another 3 scrap. Oop. Roguelike card game. You progress through a dungeon, collect cards that synergize, and try to reach the end. Ton of synergies and well thought out encounters and events. You're addicted to the game. So you have to be careful with card games. Because once upon a time, when I was young and naive, I thought, I'll try playing this weird old nerdy game called Magic the Gathering. I hate to think how many thousands of dollars I have spent on Magic the Gathering over the years. That is an addicting game. Weird old... Well... It is. It's like 27-something years old, the game. Probably thousands, yeah. Every time a set came out, I would buy a booster box. And that's... it was about 230 Australian dollars, so 100-ish American dollars, and I played for several years, and that's not including going to Friday Night Magic events and buying individual cards for decks and all of that. One of the content creators you watch making a PvP card game twist is that they're making it true free to play, with all the cards in the game as free. That's nice of them. The cynic in me wants to know, like, how do they intend to get anything from it? I mean, I guess they could make a bit of from skins, fair enough. Also, the idea of an electronic card game doesn't quite sit with me. But I even tried playing Magic Online for a little bit. It's not the same as physical cards. Okay, I guess we go back again and go get more stuff. I don't think I need any, but I'm going to pick up another hydrazine as well. Wait, why do I have... Ugh. There we go. I'm going to pick up another couple of hydrazine, actually. How many have I got left now? 13. I like the idea of not needing to grind or spend real money and be as powerful as someone else. That is a good thing. Like, Magic the Gathering, seeing as I'm talking about it, can be an incredibly expensive game. But that's only really if you like play it properly, quote unquote. If you just want to like play the game, there is nothing stopping you from going online and printing off a bunch of cards. Like, I have a legacy deck, which I designed. I didn't actually build it because it would the deck itself would probably cost $2,000 or $3,000 or something ridiculous like that. I don't actually have any space in my inventory. Never mind. But I wanted to design it, so I constructed the idea of the deck and just printed off the cards. And it's amazing, and everyone hates it because it has a 30% chance of winning on turn 0. I just printed out the old broken cards, yeah. I like using that deck in particular when it when I'm playing against someone who I've not played before, because, you know, anytime I bring out that deck, like, people who have seen it know what it does. It's a stupid deck. It's not really properly competitive. I think it's got, like I said, a 30% chance of winning turn 0, about a 40% chance of winning turn 1. But if you don't win then you've lost. Just straight up. That's the way it works. So it's not competitive. You don't really like card games. You don't dislike them, but you don't have an incentive to play one either, except Slay the Spire because it's a roguelike. What type is it? Sacrifice this card for one more. It is a self-milling deck. So this is probably going to alienate everyone who doesn't play Magic or doesn't know the terms. The idea is you put your entire deck of cards into your graveyard, which is like your death zone, but then some of those cards have triggers which bring them out into play, and then they have special effects which lets you bring other cards out into play, and then one of the cards has an effect that says if your library, if your deck of cards is empty, you win the game. And ordinarily that's a losing condition if your library is empty, but this one says you win. Yeah, it's quite complex, but it's fun to pull out once, and then everyone gets annoyed at it. Right, okay, so let's continue with the big stuff. That's an atmospheric condenser. I'm going to leave all the materials behind. I can always come back and pick them up later. Alright. There's another chemistry lab. In Slay the Spire there's a card called Grand Finale. Can be played only if there's no cards in the draw pile. Deal 50 damage to all enemies. 50 is a lot, one-shots or almost one-shots most enemies. Yeah, it's difficult to properly talk about this kind of thing with people who don't know about it. So I'm having the same sort of problem with Magic the Gathering. Like I could talk about Magic for hours. Like all the different decks I've played, my favourite cards, my least favourite cards, and why I play certain decks, and it just wouldn't make the slightest bit of sense to 90% of people who are listening. So Now, if you want, I could spend the next 20 minutes talking about why I think it's a terrible idea that they banned Summer Bloom from Modern. But, you know, you might understand what all of those words mean, but without the context. Make 50% of the people in chat at least. You don't know what Summer Bloom is. Summer Bloom is... it's a magic card. It's banned in the Modern format. It costs 1 in green, and it says you may play 3 additional lands this turn. It's a sorcery. That's most of the big stuff. Okay, let's go for... Okay, I'll leave that one doing its thing. Let's take some of these furnaces. I'm the kind of Magic player that likes janky combos, and Summer Bloom was kind of like the corner piece of a particularly janky combo deck called Amulet Bloom. Okay, there's another furnace over there. And I think that's my truck full. Yep. Alright. Let's go. Damn it, you got me thinking about ways I could stream Magic the Gathering now. Anyway. Yeah. I actually only got back into the game relatively recently. I kind of left the game a couple of years ago because... Well, honestly, just because it got too expensive for me. And I had other priorities. So I ended up selling all my cards, and I hadn't played in a while. And then my partner and I were looking for common activities that we could both enjoy. And it turns out they had a massive old Magic the Gathering card collection. Now, most of the cards are terrible. And like none of them are standard legal, and there wasn't a great deal of knowledge about how to actually play Magic there, but it gave us some common ground. So we've started playing that, and it's a sort of regular weekend activity for us now, which is nice. You know nothing of Magic the Gathering, only played the demo of... this is what happens when you read Chat and Drive, Chroma Bloom and Blight, and you play Hearthstone. In Hearthstone you only play the single player roguelike. Okay, my advice is if you have an addictive personality, don't get started with Magic. It is affectionately, or otherwise I guess, referred to as cardboard crack. Yes, but if you have an addictive personality, or you're, you know, not stupefyingly rich, probably best not play it. Not sure if you have that. Cracktorio, yes. I do have an addictive personality. Only to certain kind of things, though. I like the mental challenge of things, like figuring out things in Factorio, and in Magic, like I said, it's the janky combos, like figuring out what the janky combos are. It's like in Modern there was Amulet Bloom, there was Splinter Twin, there were these like infinite combos you could get. I like puzzles, yeah. Yeah, once you play Factorio, play for 3 or 4 days entire. I should not be standing where I don't have oxygen. Play for 3 or 4 entire days, sleep between. After then you left it because it was too addicting. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever played for days solid. The way Factorio gets me is I will sit down for like an evening gaming session and still be gaming at 7 in the morning. So it doesn't necessarily take up my entire day. It takes up my entire night. There you go. Who even needs actual drugs? There you go. But yeah, a person with superficially similar qualities to me. Well, it has been a bit of a shorter stream. I think I might finish it here, though, because, well, to be quite honest, I'm a little bit tired. It is, 2:30 in the morning. And also, this going back and forward, moving the base here is kind of just busy work. It's going to be a lot of the same, going back, picking up stuff, attaching it to the rover, driving here, going back, picking up stuff, attaching it to the rover, driving here. So I think like the actual interesting stuff will start when I actually start designing the base here. So I will probably do this mostly off camera, I think, and then I'll get a few more of these platforms built up, and we'll start moving things here. And this time I won't destroy the surrounding countryside quite so much. Not for the sake of the countryside, but for the sake of me having something to stand on. Only here for the commentary. Well, that's going to play Factorio. No, it is bedtime for me. It's nice to hear you say you're only here for the commentary. But like I said, I can feel myself getting to that point where I'm not really able to concentrate. So yeah. That sentence is a perfect example. Actually, here's something to end on. Recently, about the internet, there has been a sort of uptick in interest in something called, at least I think it's called this, aphantasia, which is the phenomenon in which a person can't picture something in their heads. So if you like, say, picture me holding an apple. They physically can't do that. There is no images in their mind. I don't have that. I have something else. I basically have the opposite. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it's called. Admittedly, I've done very little research about it. I can sort of only picture things. I have no voice in my head. As I understand it, most people like if they're reading or thinking, there is kind of like a voice in your head. I don't have that, which makes it, at least I think, it makes it more difficult to like plan out a sentence in my head, which is why I don't. Which is why I do that. Which is why sometimes I will just stop in the middle of a sentence, particularly when I get a bit more tired. You don't think it's uncommon? You think maybe half the people, like. So everyone I've spoken to about this either has like an actual voice they can hear in their head, or they can imagine words. Whether or not they actually hear it, it's internal vocalization. Yeah. So. Yeah, so Raspberry has an actual voice. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what the act of doing it is called. I don't know if there's a word for not being able to do that. So whereas the aphantasia is not being able to imagine pictures, I don't know if there's a... Yeah, so if you add the prefix a, I think it's a Greek thing. It's either Greek or Latin. It's always one or the other. It means you are without. So aphantasia, atheist, without God. A political, without politics. That kind of stuff. But because it's not a single word, it's internal vocalization. I don't know if you can... I mean, it's certainly not a-internal. I guess you could have avocalization, but that just means not speaking. Internal avocalization. You can think of words, but they don't sound like anything. Yeah, so I believe that's the majority. They can think of words, but they don't sound like anything. Or they can actually hear the words. Misvocalization would be vocalizing something incorrectly. But yeah, I can't really think of words. It makes it very, very difficult to have those sort of deep and meaningful discussions, because in order to get my thoughts out there properly, I really have to construct sentences carefully, and I have to sort of translate it from my own thoughts, which is a collection of images, I guess. Images, colours. I can hear things in my mind, just not words. So I can imagine sounds. I can imagine colours and pictures, and to some extent ideas, I guess. But yeah, if I concentrate hard, I can imagine a picture of a word, like seeing it written or printed or something like that. But yeah, my just pure thoughts of mine aren't in words, which is why I sometimes stumble when I get particularly tired. After your internship project, you're going to try to get an AI to speak like you, feeding it all your conversations from Discord, making it trying to predict what you would say, making a personal advisor of some sort. but really you're just tremendously curious for the result. The vast majority of AI isn't quite there yet. Like there was an experiment a while ago, someone fed an AI all of Harry Potter, and got it to try and make a Harry Potter story, and it was hilarious. I recommend looking it up, but not exactly realistic. You would say you're thinking feelings or concepts. Yeah. I think, like, in my case, it might be a variation of, what's the word when you mix your senses up? Like you hear a word and you smell something because of that. Like, what's the word for that? Anyway, I think it might be a variation of that, because quite often, like concepts, if I think of them, they're kind of like colours. No, not dyslexia. Dyslexia is when you mix up words as you're reading them. Let me Google this. Synesthesia. Using terms to describe core stuff about humans is difficult, because every term works for yourself and it doesn't matter what you pick, but suddenly matters when you talk about it, and difference in terms may make things misunderstood. That's similar in that notion to, like, is the red you see the same as the red I see? Like, we could both look at something, you might see what I call blue, but it's just your entire life you've always called it red, because when you were a kid people pointed at it and said, that's red, so you said, okay, that's what red is called. But there's no way really to know if we experience colour in the same way. Yeah, what if we have different names for the same experience as well? I think that one is... having different names for the same experience, I think is probably... I guess it could be as likely as having the same name for different experiences. Yeah. This stream took a weird turn. Magic the Gathering to straight out philosophy. We can't think of the other one? The sensation of red. It's something that's relatively poorly understood. Like, the physical idea of red is, I guess, an established fact. So, you know, if you turn around and ask a physicist, what is red? And they'll say, oh, it's a wavelength of electromagnetic radiation with a photon of electromagnetic radiation of about, I think red is about 700 nanometers, give or take. And that is what red is. Okay, yeah, it's a frequency of electromagnetic radiation with I'm fairly certain the wavelength is about 700 for red. But then that will hit your retina. It will send a signal to your brain. All of that we can kind of understand, but then once it gets into the brain, weird things start happening, because the brain experiences red. It goes down to like this: are you your brain? Oh, wow. Your belief that the mind is separate from the brain. And immediately Rasby says, technically yes. I guess I would be of the opinion that the mind is an emergent property of the brain. So like I'm just trying to think of an example. So a pile of bricks isn't a house. But a pile of bricks arranged in the right way with the right properties can become a house. It's a poor analogy, but monkey brain versus lizard brain. Yeah. Emergent phenomena, emergent property. Yeah, so you would have no mind without a brain. But similarly, you can have a brain without a mind. It's like a squares and rectangles thing. All squares are rectangles, not all rectangles are squares. Do lizards and monkeys argue? I guess. Yeah, if you want to hit a person who's rude but know it's a bad idea, then your desires are different to your decisions, so... Which brain is which in that scenario? Like, the brain that wants to hit the person, I would think would be the monkey brain? I guess? Or the lizard brain? I don't know. Which... Monkey brain is on top. Okay. So the monkey brain is the one saying, actually, I probably shouldn't hit him. I want to, but I shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting idea. I think it's somewhat more complex than that. Oh, you're saying like physically on top? Yeah, I mean, more complex portions of the brain do tend to be towards the front, I think. It's been a long time since I studied any kind of biology, admittedly. Yeah, I reckon a lot of that is social conditioning. But I guess that's also a part of being human. Having a hard time following. So, I think the idea here is that you have your like primal base instincts. So if someone is mean to you, you want to hurt them, or if someone has something you want, you go to take it from them, or even simpler things like eating sweets instead of eating vegetables because it feels better, that kind of thing. But then you have like a more evolved thought process on top of that to sort of damp that down. So yeah, I want to hit him, but I know it's going to work out worse in the long run. I know it's going to be better for me if I eat the vegetables instead. I wouldn't want him to take my stuff, so I shouldn't take his stuff. Interestingly, I think I remember hearing about a study where they were talking about like long-term planning. So they offered a bunch of kids either a sweet, or they could wait 5 minutes and get like 3 sweets. And I'm not sure exactly what age, but like the youngest age group, or maybe the youngest 2 age groups, always went for the sweet now. It wasn't until a certain point, I think it was surprisingly late, like it might have even like been 4 years or something, that the idea of planning ahead, saying if I wait 5 minutes I can get 3 sweets, that became a thing. Like before then their brain wasn't developed enough to even consider that. I forget the details of the study, so if you're going to if you're going to cite anything, don't cite me on that. I could be very wrong about all the numbers there, but I know that the younger age groups did not plan for the future, or did not experience patience, I guess, which is what we would call it as adults. You have no idea what your younger self was like. I think I know what I was like as a kid. Like, I've heard a lot of stories, but I'm just trying to think what my earliest concrete memory is. I do have some memories where I'm reasonably certain that it's a false memory brought on by the stories I've heard. What was your younger self like? Younger. So I definitely remember some time in... So I'm just sort of going back through the school years. I definitely remember some parts of year 1. I remember trying to read The Hobbit in reception, not doing very well. Reception being... kindergarten, I guess? I don't think I have any concrete memories before that, though. Like, there's just vague... just memories, I guess. But yeah, I don't remember anything specific happening, if that makes sense. So you discuss stuff with people before you reach conclusions looking at years ago. You see the same conclusion which you don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like past conclusions the same as present conclusions on all philosophical topics. That means you're consistent, I guess. You know what you were doing from a story, says American Patriot, but you have a memory of the smell of paint and being in the shade and being happy. Yeah, I have some things like that as well. I had been told what I was doing, but like, to use your example, do you actually remember smelling paint, or is like the memory center of your brain synthesizing the smell of paint because you know you were doing it and you know what paint smells like? It's, for me at least, it's very difficult to tell. That comment has kind of thrown me off, Wasp. What? What is happening? Would you like to purchase a water heater? Oh, okay. We got excitement in Twitch chat here. I have no idea what's happening. For anyone watching on the VOD, there appears to be an auction for a water heater. I don't understand. Did I miss something? Well done, American Patriot. You have won your auction. I was just about to end the stream as well, and now I'm kind of curious to see where this is going. You don't recall your earliest memory, you know only stuff your parents told you. Now you don't know if you recall those or recall the stories they told you and made them... Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. False memories brought on by stories you've been told. The earliest memory I think I have is coming down the stairs of my parents' house to I think it was my 3rd birthday party. You've got a memory without a story, so it must not be constructed. That makes it less likely to be constructed, I guess. But, you know, brains are weird. And if you think your brain can't construct something without prompting, just try going to sleep. I remember reading a story once, actually, that was basically pointing out how terrifying it is that as a culture we've normalised going comatose for several hours and vividly hallucinating once a day. You wouldn't say you hallucinate. What is the line between a dream and oh god, that's surprisingly difficult to say. What is the line between a dream and an hallucination? And a hallucination? And a hallucination. Your dreams are 99% of the time about what you're going to do tomorrow. Are they dreams then, or are they premonitions? Talking about stories, you have a story you want to write, but you keep procrastinating writing it, and sometimes don't want to write because you should spend the productive time programming instead. Which itself is based off a dream. Yeah, I had an idea for a story years ago. Years and years ago. I was probably about 12 when I first came up with the basics of it. And apparently I write like I program. I will get started, I will almost finish, and then decide I hate it, trash it, and start from scratch. And I did this several times throughout the years. And, well, I like to tell myself I had just settled on a final story. But that's not really the case, I'm sure. But then popular young adult fiction writer Anthony Horowitz came out with a story with almost exactly the same plot, and it kind of killed it for me. I mean, he probably did a better job than I could have, but still, it was annoying. Oh yeah, well, when I say trash it, it's not like completely trashing it. You do learn from the mistakes. It's just, when I say trash it and start again, it's that would be as opposed to editing it. Yeah, so instead of changing what you've got to make it better, rewriting it to make it better. Anyway, I remember looking at the stream when it was running for 2 hours and 10 minutes and thinking, okay, it's probably getting a bit late. It's now 2 hours 43. So I am going to call it there. What day is it? It is Saturday. Okay, well, it's Friday for most people. So I'll be back in a couple of days with some Satisfactory. We've still got the rest of the Christmas factory, or Fixmas factory, I should say, to turn into a snowball factory. And then I'm probably just going to let my computer run for a couple of days to get as many snowballs as I can while the event is still running. I think it ends on the 18th from memory, the Fixmas event. But yes, we will be back on Sunday with that. In the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.